Presented by Listen Headlines, latest world news from trusted sources. Updating daily at 6 a.m. New York. Global Issues News Headlines.
September 8, 9:47 America, New York. Safe, regular and orderly migration for inclusion and sustainability. Bangkok, Thailand, September 8, IPS. In Asia and the Pacific, migration is again on the rise. In 2020, almost 109 million people lived in a country other than that of their birth.
Global Issues News Headlines.
September 8, 9 o'clock America, New York. 20 years on from the UN bombing in Baghdad, what's changed? New York, September 8, IPS. 20 years ago this month, a colleague saved me from a likely gruesome death. He insisted I stay in his Baghdad office of the World Food Program, WFP, for a hot drink.
Wall Street Journal World News.
September 8, 8/11 America, New York. Financial Services Roundup. Market Talk. Funding Circle. NatWest and more in the latest market talks covering financial services.
New York Times World News. September 8, 8:08 America, New York. Culling, curfews and caps. Australia declares war on its cat problem. Feral cats have long been recognized as a major threat to the continent's native wildlife. But now the government is also exploring ways to rein in domestic cats. Copyright Aaron Schaff. The New York Times. Australia has struggled for decades to deal with legions of feral cats, found to be the most invasive species in the country.
BBC News World.
September 8, 8:05 America, New York. Luis Rubiales, Spanish prosecutor files complaint with High Court. A Spanish prosecutor files a complaint with its High Court against suspended Football Federation president Luis Rubiales for sexual assault.
Fox World News. September 8, 8:05 America, New York. Clashes resume between Palestinian factions in Lebanon's largest Palestinian refugee camp. Dozens of people were injured Friday after clashes between two Palestinian factions resumed overnight at the Ain el-Hilway camp in Lebanon.
Wall Street Journal World News.
September 8, 8:03 America, New York. Energy and Utilities Roundup. Market Talk. Ørsted, Harbor Energy and more in the latest market talks covering energy and utilities.
Wall Street Journal World News.
September 8, 8 o'clock America, New York. John Grisham returns to the scene of the crime. With The Exchange, a sequel to The Firm, the grandmaster of legal thrillers brings back the character who rocketed him to fame more than 30 years ago.
The Independent.
September 8, 7:59 America, New York. Australia to force search engines to crack down on AI-created images of child sexual abuse. The use of generative AI has grown so quickly that I think it's caught the whole world off guard to a certain degree. Copyright AP.
Fox World News.
September 8, 7:55 America, New York. Two pilots missing near the UAE following helicopter crash. A helicopter has crashed off the coast of the United Arab Emirates. While rescue teams have recovered crash debris, two pilots, from Egypt and South Africa, remain missing.
PowerPost.
September 8, 7:50 America, New York. The Florida Supreme Court will hear a major abortion case today. The hearing is on a 15-week ban but will also determine the fate of a 6-week ban.
The Independent. September 8, 7:43 America, New York. Spanish prosecutors accuse Rubiales of sexual assault and coercion for kissing a player at World Cup. Spanish state prosecutors have filed a lawsuit against Luis Rubiales for sexual assault and coercion for kissing a player on the lips without her consent after the Women's World Cup final. Copyright 2023 The Associated Press.
The Washington Times Stories. Advocacy.
September 8, 7:43 America, New York. Spanish prosecutors accuse Rubiales of sexual assault and coercion for kissing a player at World Cup. Spanish state prosecutors have filed a lawsuit against Luis Rubiales for sexual assault and coercion for kissing a player on the lips without her consent after the Women's World Cup final, the country's prosecutor's office said Friday. PowerPost.
September 8, 7:42 America, New York. Inside the turmoil at the Sierra Club. The group's new executive director laid off the whole equity team.
Wall Street Journal World News. September 8, 7:40 America, New York. Nikki Haley's goal. Leapfrog Ron DeSantis to become Donald Trump's top GOP rival. The former South Carolina governor is seeing a poll bounce after a strong debate performance, but still faces steep odds.
Fox World News.
September 8, 7:39 America, New York. South Korea talks down North's first nuclear submarine launch. Deception or exaggeration? North Korea unveiled its first attack submarine capable of using nuclear technology this week, but South Korea responded by downplaying its capabilities.